Hey everybody, let's talk a little bit more about check endorsements. If you saw part 1 last week, you probably heard that I said I've been getting a lot of questions via LinkedIn and YouTube about the EIP checks, more specifically about the endorsements of those checks, among a few other topics in relation to EIP payments. Well, in today's class, let's discuss more on check endorsements. Stay tuned. Last week, we went over the types of endorsements. I told you the easy way to remember the types of endorsements are using the phrase, forging a check will put you behind bars, with bars being our acronym. And that acronym is for blank, anomalous, restrictive, and special. See, with the B for blank, that's where we only have a signature. The A for anomalous, that's where someone else is actually signing the back of the check because we're depositing it at their financial institution. Oh, then that R for restrictive. This is the one we see most commonly used. And if you're using your phone to deposit a check, then it will probably be something like for mobile deposit only, followed by your signature. Then we have the S for special, but it could also be for signing it over to somebody else. Now that you know you can sign the check over to somebody else, which is effectively paying that person with the check you received, it's kind of saying, you get to have my money that this check is worth. Not really the ideal way to pay somebody, but it can be done. If you are looking to sign a check over, and I had this question specifically, then write pay to the order of your signature and then name the new payee. Also, make sure you check with your bank or credit union to make sure it's all right. Now let's say you're John Doe. Then you, John Doe, write to pay to the order of Michael Smith and then also sign your name, John Doe. Got it? All right, hope so. Another part of endorsements is to know what names have to actually endorse the check. But it depends on how the check is made or who it's made to. When there is only one payee named on a check, that one person alone has the rights to the check, and they are the one to endorse the check. So let's say the check is made out to John Doe. Well, guess what? Then John Doe is the one that needs to sign the check. He's the one that's going to endorse the check. Questions have been coming in, though, about multiple payees. So, what happens when multiple payees are listed? Ownership of the funds really depends on how the remitter, the person who wrote the check, wrote it. So, if the names are connected by the word and, all payees must endorse the check. For example, let's say it says John Doe and Jane Doe. Then both John and Jane Doe have to sign because it says and. If the names are connected by the word or, well then only one of them have to sign. So again, it's made out to John Doe or Jane Doe. Then only one of them has to sign. And to make things really fun, what if the check reads and or? One or all of the payees may sign, so it can be either John Doe or Jane Doe or both. And to make things really fun, let's say what the names are simply listed, maybe they are connected with commas, no words. Well, then it's going to be at the bank or credit union's discretion to interpret if the payee designation is supposed to be an and or an or. It's up to them. And I always tell people, to be safe, have all payees sign when you can. But depending on if it's an and or an or, they may not all have to be there. Check endorsements, knowing who is to place the endorsement, all of that is very important. And depending on the situation, it will depend on how the endorsement must be there. And who has to actually sign depends on how the check was made or if it was written. Now, if you are someone wanting to know how to place an endorsement on a check or who needs to endorse the check and you're unsure, my advice is contact your bank or credit union and ask them how they would like it to be placed. If you are a bank or a credit union and you're unsure of being able to accept a check with a certain type of endorsement, then you should contact either your payment association, maybe your legal, possibly even your compliance department. And sometimes you might need to get all three because you don't want to be processing checks that, well, are processed incorrectly. The Payments Professor, I'm here to serve you. And if you have questions you'd like answered, ideas for videos, then leave a message, a comment, or email me, kevin@paymentsprofessor.com. As I said, this class was created based on requests from people like you. If you want even more Payments Professor, you can always go to the Payments Professor website. And of course, there's the YouTube channel where we upload most of our videos for you, because we are here to serve you.